This is If My People Bible reading. This is part 64. We'll be starting in Exodus 19:21, and from there we'll go to 20:24. Not that long, but there's some details that you need to understand. This is my second attempt. The first one went 12 seconds over 15 minutes, and YouTube said I couldn't do it. It's like, oh yeah, it's fun working with the media today, isn't it? Um, we'll start off in verse 21. We'll start off at 20. Yahweh descended to the top of Mount Sinai, Mount Oreb, Saudi Arabia. Once again, there have been a number of people that try to prove where Mount Sinai was, where the mountain of where Moses went, where Yahweh was, where the Ten Commandments were written, where Yeshua came down personally on that mountain, where Yeshua personally had a supper, a engagement supper with the all the people of the Exodus, because they all said 3 times, "I will hear and I will obey, and everything you said we will do." And when it was written down, and even when Moses wrote down these things, and they saw that covenant, they said, "Oh yeah, we'll do that," and they didn't do any of it. Nice try. And the priests, they didn't do things right either. And as a result of what happens and everything else that happened, the Levites lost their top status. They went from keeper of the flame and all of these things that had to do with the priests of Yahweh and controlling all the people, um, to being just basically a position of just being servants, taking care of the sanctuary and taking care of the temple worship all the way up to the time of Yeshua, and even up into 70 AD, the destruction of the temple. And the temple was never rebuilt again. And that's good, because it's not going to be rebuilt again. And no matter what happens in the future, anyone who represents that to be a temple and blood sacrifice and being Yeshua, the false Christ, the false Messiah, mark my words, Yeshua's blood atonement ended all that blood sacrifice. So if they're doing that, here is probably, you've never heard this because I can't find it anywhere on the search engines. And here's what I'm going to say. And I'm going to be able to show it right in the Word here, reading the Word as we go from beginning to end. The abomination of desolation wasn't a pig that was sacrificed back in the days of Maccabee, the hammer. No, it wasn't it. The abomination of desolation is when the false Messiah goes right back to the blood sacrifice again, fooling even the elect and almost the very elect, and getting people to move from all over the world to come and worship the blood sacrifice in Jerusalem, and believing that this guy is the Messiah, the second return of Christ for Christians, the first time coming for Judaism, because they do not believe in Yeshua. They do not believe that he came the first time. They do not believe he's the Son of God. They don't believe any of that. They can say whatever they want. They do not believe it. Their doctrines all point towards the wrong things. False doctrines and false traditions of men. They're simply very errant, very wrong. And this is an abomination of desolation. Seems holy, doesn't it? Oh, there's Yeshua. He's sacrificing on near or at the temple site in Jerusalem, which, by the way, is not the temple site. If you figured that out by now, it is not. It was where the Roman soldiers were bivouacked, keeping legions of people up there. The temple site was down in what is now a highway that crosses over, that has been plowed under, and it's the only land south uh, of the Dome of the Rock that was plowed under. It's a highway. So will the temple be built there? No, no, and it won't be found under the Dome of the Rock, like many people say it's being built and all ready to go. No, no. Ezekiel and careful reading will show that is in fact the sanctuary site. Because we're reading Exodus here. Yahweh wanted a place of sanctuary, and it's a land. It's a piece of land. It's squared out. And when we get into Ezekiel, it describes it, and the only place you could possibly be to fit the 60 miles this direction, the 60 miles that way. Think about 60 by 60. That's a lot of miles, isn't it? And inside the very center of that is the sanctuary, whether it's what it is appearance of Ezekiel's temple, because that was the vision. By the way, that was the vision that Ezekiel had from Yahweh before the Babylonians came back to the land. That was the temple they were supposed to have built. And where would that have been? About where the current town of Bethel is, about 12 to 14 miles north of Jerusalem. And then surrounding that, all that mileage around there would be the sanctuary area. And above that would be the oblation area where the Levite priests stay. And surrounding all that on the north, the south, and east and west is the 12 tribes. All that's going to happen. But it's not going to happen when there's an abomination of desolation from the Antichrist. That's the abomination. And this Ezekiel ties back into Exodus, and it all ties together so you understand that. So as we start off with just nearing chapter 20, Moses said to Yahweh, the people cannot come up to Mount Sinai because you yourself warned us. Put limits around the mountain and set it apart as holy. That's the same thing that's going to happen in the Ezekiel temple vision. And if there's a temple built there at all during the millennium, 1,000 years, it will have a place separated so that the people cannot come to where Yahweh's oblation area is. Where will they go? Where will the people go that they come and continually make offerings up to Yahweh for 1,000 years? They will come to Jerusalem. Jerusalem will be rebuilt. You can see it was destroyed. It was destroyed in the last days. It was torn to pieces by war and things that went wrong and earthquakes and floods and all kinds of things. It will be decimated. But that's where the people will come. And they will still not be able to go see Yahweh. Now, Yeshua, different story. And if David is resurrected and he is the prince and he's in charge, that's fine too. I don't have a problem with that. But this temple site that people are wanting to start World War III and World War XII over and everything else is simply a pack of lies. And I think the people of Judah know that. I think the Jews know it. I don't think they care. I think everybody's playing games with a piece of property right now. Jerusalem has been played games with 20 times built, 20 times destroyed. I guess we're going to come up to 21 next. Chapter 20. And Elohim spoke all these words. I am Yahweh, your Elohim, who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. You will have no other Elohims before me, and you shall not make yourself an idol in the form of anything in heaven above or on the earth beneath or in the waters below. Now, why would he say that? Because people do, and they still do. He goes through again, you shall not misuse the name of Yahweh, your Elohim. Now, everybody says, well, his name's God, isn't it? No. Could you imagine that? How do you misuse the name of God? And by the way, a God, as we all know, we've talked about, God is not his name. Yahweh's his name. I think Yahweh was extremely intelligent. He's so far from us. He did not want his name defamed, and he did not want his sons defamed. And people all over the country, you can go to all over the world, people stub their toe when they say GD this and GD that, and they can't even speak English. How is it they learn that? Watching American TV? I don't know. Or they do something wrong and they cuss. Well, Jesus Christ. And then something profanity flies out of your mouth. Well, for one thing, there's no defamity because GD this and GD that is not Yahweh's name. You're just, I don't know who you're saying it to. The gods of this world. And Jesus Christ, when in a bunch of cuss words, well, his name is not son of Zeus. Jesus. His name is not son of Zeus. It's Yeshua, which means salvation. So, I just love it when people try to attack the Bible. You can't attack this. You just have to read it. It says right there in verse 7, don't misuse his name. Remember Shabbats, Royal Torah. That's 8. 6 days you shall labor. 7th day, keep it holy. Friday night to Saturday night. What we're reading through here is this. You're reading 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Honor your mother, your father. Do not murder. Do not commit adultery. Now, if your Bible says do not kill, of course you have to kill. If you walk on grass, because if you walk on grass on a summer day in your barefooted shoes, I don't care what you do, day or night, doesn't matter. You're stepping on tens of thousands of animals, killing them. Yes, you are. And you're crushing grass, and you're killing that, and you're destroying things. You're killing and destroying things, okay? Well, we shouldn't kill puppy dogs. Well, okay, I understand with that, but I'm talking about all animals. So where do you draw the line? Puppy dogs and kitty cats and cute little things and birds and elephants and giraffes. But there's 12 million other critters out there that you don't seem to have a problem with. Going down the road, if you go over 30 miles an hour, you kill bugs by the hundreds, right? They go in your grill, they go on your windshield, they go on your windshield wiper, they go on your mirrors, right? So we're not supposed to kill things that have eyeballs and smile, but you do it every day. I don't understand the people that sit there and they come after you and they look right at you like you're some evil thing. And here's the most astounding part. These are the same people who keep doggies in their house in the cities all day. Doggies that were meant to run. Doggies that were meant to play. Doggies that need lots of room. Doggies that need grass. Doggies that need to be outside all the time. Doggies that need to go potty whenever they want to, not when you come home. And yet you love your animals. If you love your animals, why do you buy animals and then why do you rescue them and then keep them locked up in a house all day long because you're out working? It is an oxymoron world that we live in. And I feel sorry for the animals too because of you. And you're the one pointing the finger at people who try to stay holy and try to stay close to their Father and try to be like Yeshua. You're the very ones who do not believe in him, do not follow him, and then you throw this nonsense around, and then you also do this, the most astounding thing. I know you know hundreds of people like this. You love animals, but it's okay to take little babies in the womb and kill them. Yeah, let's kill them all. Yeah, Margaret Sanger, you think she's rotten somewhere right now? She is, but she's gonna be judged, and it's gonna be severe. What that person did to start, and then call them, some kind of healthy word, some government word for, we really care about people, and name it some government word, and what do? It's a slaughter factory for babies. And who are they going after most, and always have? Black women with no husbands. They wanted to get rid of them, still are. And yet, those people vote on the same ticket. We're living in a world of insanity. So this segment ends with the 10 Commandments are given to the people of Israel before they get the 10 Commandments. They just got them orally, they got them in writing, and then Moses brings down the tablets later on. Okay? That's what goes on here. I'll see you in part 65.